Hello there, and welcome to the channel, where I scratch build stuff on a weekly basis. Now, this week's build, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's talk about this. I get many emails asking how I get stuff and make it into something. Take these for example, egg cookers for the microwave. I looked at these and thought the shape and the little dents in the top reminded me of eyes, so there was the body. And with the body already, that means everything else is simple. I just need to add stuff onto it. So let's start scratching that build, and we have to do this bit first before we can do anything else, just so the super glue will stick. So the first part was spend hours sanding down, or get a flame. Be careful, can burn fingers. By using a flame, it will take the shiny bit off the surface, which will help the super glue stick. It's just the same, different process. I sometimes use that with the flame, and sometimes you'll see me sanding stuff. Depending how I feel, if I'm feeling frisky, I'll use the flame. Next, onto the legs. Now I've got two of these egg cookers, so I'm going to do one the Andy Mecha style legs, and one the Terrain by Aaron style legs. The Andy Mecha style legs, thank you very much sir for the tips. This is a long slow process, but it does look good at the end. I built lots of these for future builds and projects, so you're just going to see how I'm going to do it. I just chopped down the tops. Finding these spoons were a miracle in itself, because you just get the normal standard ones which are straight. I was looking for these for ages because these have the round bit at the top, which is ideal to make the Andy Mecha legs. And as you can see, the process is just basically just sticking one on top of the other until you get some sort of shape like that. And then I'm just going to add another bit, and then it's all going to seamlessly hinge together. And then I'm going to put a cocktail stick into the bit in the middle, just so the legs will move. Although I don't want my legs to move, simply because I don't want it to move, because I want it to be sturdy. So therefore I'm just going to glue everything. But this is the Andy Mecha way if you wanted to make a hinge leg for any kind of build. Now to make the hinge bit, Andy used Q-tips, you know, those things you poke in your ears and stop when you meet resistance with your brain. Me, I'm using cocktail sticks. Why, I don't hear you ask, you're using cocktail sticks? Simply because I didn't have a drill bit the same size as a Q-tip, so this drill bit fitted perfectly for the cocktail sticks, therefore I'm using cocktail sticks. Simple as that, I don't have to stress, done. Now to make the other kind of legs, this is the Terrain by Aaron way, which is easy, 30 seconds. Find a fidget tube and cut to the length you want, and just stick them onto the body. Job done, thank you very little. So as you can see, I'm just sticking the tube onto the side of the, I'm going to call it a body. We all know it's the egg cooker thing. I don't know why they call it an egg cooker when it's just an egg cup with a lid. Here we go, there we go. So anyway, I'm just going to put all the legs on, and then that's the legs for this one done and dusted. For the feet, I'm just going to use the spoons that I already cut up for the top bits for the other mech leg, and just going to sand them down and just stick them on as normal, just for feet. And I can already hear some of you saying, why didn't you use the flame for those, Aaron? Simply because Aaron's not a dummy, that's too small, and if I put a flame trying to do that, I'll be burning my fingers. Back to Andy's legs. So I had a bit of a dilemma, because I was going to use all the Andy Mecha style legs for this build, but then realised that the back legs, the way they came forward, would be too close to the ones at the front. So using some quick thinking, I just used some fidget tube for the front legs, and the back legs would be the Andy Mecha legs. See, no stress, everything can be sorted. You can make anything you want simply because you're the scratch builder. There is no right, there is no wrong. And I'm just finishing off putting the feet on the front of the mech bug, and then it's on to putting the nose on, which is basically a bit of the fidget tube. Just wanted him to have like a long nose. Don't really know why, but I just thought it would look cool. Then I thought the feet needed a little bit more to it, so I'm using these false nails. They're not mine personally, well, they are mine, but I use them for scratch building, nothing else. Move on. So you've seen me use these false nails in many builds before. If you haven't, go check the back catalogue, there's plenty of them available. I used them on robots and all that sort of stuff, the great looking stuff, just to add that little bit extra onto your build. Now I'm using my garden wire with the plastic cover around the wire, and I'm just going to wrap some around each bug just because I want to. Again, there was no real plan of what the bugs would look like, it was just what materials I quickly grabbed and decided what I wanted to put on. So I just wanted to put some tubes on this just to give it a little bit of texture. And if anybody can hear rain in the background, that is because the heavens have just opened up and it is absolutely lashing down while I do the voiceover in my shed. And that's a nice little segue into why my banner said goodbye. It's not I'm leaving the channel, nothing like that at all. I'm basically saying goodbye to the shed I've spent the last year in and started my YouTube channel in, because I'll be shortly moving and I'll be getting a bigger and better man shed. And yeah, so this is officially the last ever build I built in this man shed. So it's just over a year since I started the channel. The shed's been good to me, never leaked, never complained, and like I said, I'll be moving. So while I'm moving and in the process of moving, I'll still be releasing a video each week because I've managed to get a few videos in front of myself. So there'll still be some where the builds are in the shed, but this one is the last ever one I've ever built in this shed. So it's kind of like a poignant moment in my YouTube channel that I'm saying goodbye to the shed. Anyway, so as you can see, I just used some googly eyes just to put all around the front of the bug, simply because it was like, it reminded me of a fly, and that I wanted to make it sort of look kind of scary. I'm going to use cork coasters. I've just ripped them up as you saw, and then just using hot glue just to stick it on the rest of the body. It's going to look rough and ready, but I wanted it to give it that sort of strange sort of body shape, and the cork was ideal for this. There you go, I was feeling frisky again, and all these hot glue wispy bits, instead of trying to pull them off piece by piece, I just get a flame and just gently go over it, and it burns off all the wispy hot glue bits. And that's it. That's the bug all ready for priming. I'm going to hit it with a black primer and then start with the paints. But then the nose. I'd totally forgotten that I'd bought these things, and these were a different kind of fidget spinner, which I thought would be ideal for the front of the nose and would look like sort of tentacles coming out of the nose that grabbed stuff. Yeah, I know, I've been thinking too long about these bugs, but basically this is what I'm going to use to stick on the front of the noses. Now, I was thinking about these fidget spinners, and we've had all kinds of different fidget spinners over the last couple of years, but I've never actually seen a child walking around town or in shops actually using one of these fidget spinners. So I don't know, I just keep buying them when I see them because they always come in handy, and these were totally different to the normal ones that I've seen for a long time, and I grabbed these two. Wish I'd grabbed more actually. Probably will do. I'll probably jump back into that shop a few days time. Now, tragedy. While I was priming the mech bug, may have dropped it while I was trying to spray underneath the body. So, and it hit the ground and smashed into, as you can see, 3 pieces. While I was waiting to do corrective surgery on the mech bug, I decided to start painting the, I'll call this one the tube bug. So what I'm doing is I'm just using some forest green to start off with, and then I'm applying red onto the googly eyes that are no longer googly eyes and just round dots. That's how I wanted it. So if you like what you saw so far, please leave a like. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. It's free to subscribe, doesn't cost you a penny, and even share it if you want. It doesn't matter. Just helps the channel if you like it and you subscribe. Thanks very much. As you can see, I'm just painting the fingernails, and then I'm going to go over the green bit, just slapdash with a bit of, I think it was like lime green or something, just to give it some contrast on the colours for the shell. And here's Jeff the hairdryer, looking the worse for wear, but he's been with me since day one as well. So here's Jeff making his last appearance in the man shed, and just gonna dry off the paint so then I can start work on the next lot of paint. That was Jeff, everybody. Give him a big hand. He's there's a long backstory there that I explained many videos ago. But yep, so that was Jeff. He's made an appearance. I don't think there's anybody else. Oh, there's Steve, the stunt man who was the 28mm figure. I'm afraid he's dead. He, I think I must have hoovered him up at some point when I was tidying the shed up. Cannot find him anywhere. So unfortunately, he's gone. So Steve, the stunt man that I used to use as the figure, just to give me some sort of reference to the heights, he's disappeared. Sorry. Anyway, using a brown wash and then just toning all the colours down, and basically that is virtually it. All there's left for me to say is thank you very much for all your support throughout the year for the channel. Keep it going. Please like, subscribe. If you're a non-subscriber, don't worry, I will still be releasing videos each week. Hope you like these bugs, and until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Forgot to say, keep watching to the very end.